Hey guys, it's me Nicole, and today I will be sharing with you my tips and advice for college entrance test. These are the things I wish I knew before I took my CETs, the things that really helped me in my entire CET season. I will be sharing all of that with you guys in today's video.
You should have seen the way that you bloom.
This video is a part 2 of my CET videos. I already posted my college entrance test experience. So if you want to watch that first, I'm going to leave the link down below in the description box or here. I never really know which side it's on, but it's somewhere there. So just click on that if you want to watch that video first. But if you're ready for my tips and advice for CETs, then keep on watching. Also, for the context, I am an incoming freshman. I took 4 CETs, namely UPCAT for University of the Philippines, USTET for University of Santo Tomas, DCAT for De La Salle University, and DQuEx for De La Salle Dasma. And I passed 3 of them. I did not pass the UPCAT, but that's fine. That's fine. We're all fine. So let's dive right into my tips and advice for before your CETs.
I think I saw your face in the moon.
My very first advice is for you guys to set a goal. This is very important. This is basically what's going to make or break your CET season. Kasi if you have that goal in mind, you're going to stay motivated throughout your CET season. Don't be too harsh on yourself na walang day dapat na hindi kayo tatamarin or wala kayong break time. We are human beings, tatamarin talaga tayo. And studying for the CETs is not easy. In my experience, super dami kong lazy days. I wanted to prioritize gala, K-dramas, and all that rather than studying for my CETs. My goal personally was to pass DLSU. So even though I had lazy days, I knew that the day after that, I have to keep studying. Kasi nga, I have that goal that I wanted to achieve. And I believe in you. I know you would achieve that goal. If you are an incoming senior student, it is not too early to study this summer. In my previous video, I mentioned that this time last year, I was already enrolled in a review center. And I had this mindset that time na feeling ko masyado pang maaga na pagdating ko ng grade 12, I would still have so much time in my hands that I don't really have to study as much in the summer. But that's wrong. Because by the time you enter senior year, you would have a lot to deal with. You have your academic requirements, extracurricular requirements, and so on and so forth. Also, if you start studying earlier, you would be able to study more competencies, so that's going to be to your advantage as well. Advice number 2 would be to set study times and to stick to it. You could either self-study or enroll to review centers. And my advice for enrolling for review centers is to do a background check on them first. You have to make sure that the review center you are going to enroll to would cater to your needs because there are a lot of review centers. Some review centers focus more on their lectures, some focus more on mock tests. So if you're the type of person to learn more through lectures, then you have to make sure that the review center you are enrolling to focuses more on lectures. And if you're self-studying, don't think that you have a less of an advantage than those who are enrolled in review centers. There are a lot of review materials that are available to you in the internet. There are also Google Drives in Twitter. You could go to YouTube and search for crash courses. When you're studying for your CETs, you have to know your strengths and weaknesses. Because you might think na super dami yung kailangan aralin. Parang ang limited ng time until the CETs arrive. So at least if you know what your strengths and weaknesses are, you could dedicate more time studying for your weaknesses than for your strengths. For example, for me, between logical reasoning and visual ability, I'm not sure if it's called visual ability, but you know the shapes. My weakness there is visual ability. So I dedicate more time studying for the visual ability part rather than for the logical reasoning. You also have to answer a lot of mock tests. That is very important kasi pagdating ng CETs, na-train na yung mind mo because you have to manage your time wisely when you're answering the CETs. Meron lang time limits for certain sections of the test, and when the time is done, you can't go back to that section anymore. At least when your brain is already used to answering test items with time limits, then pagdating ng CETs, hindi ka na naninibago and you already know how to manage your time per item. You have to know the test coverage of each university you are applying for. You do not want to waste your time studying for subjects na hindi naman pala mag-a-appear sa CET. For example, the DCAT is filled with statistics. So you have to make sure that when you're studying for the DCAT, you have to dedicate a lot of your time studying for statistics. Unless again, that is your strength, then you don't have to spend too much time studying for that. The bottom line of all my advice for studying is to have time management. You have to stick to your study times para hindi siya mag-overlap with your other requirements, because if that happens, the pressure also builds up. And we do not want that to happen because we want to take care of ourselves during the set season, both physically and mentally. Now let's move on to the application and how to stay organized throughout the process. First, you have to check frequently if the school has already posted their requirements. Usually naman, they post this on their website or if they have Facebook accounts. You have to remind yourself of the deadline of requirements. Use your planner, the calendar in your phone, the reminders in your phone, sticky notes, whatever. Use anything that could remind you of deadlines. Start fixing your requirements as soon as it's posted, because the more you procrastinate, the more stress you're going to get. And by this time, I'm assuming that you're already studying for your CETs. So magpapile up na naman yan. You have studying for your CETs along with applying for your CETs. So tapusin mo na ng maaga yung application process mo para hindi mo na kailangan i-stress out yun. If you can choose your test dates, make sure to use it to your advantage, because some universities allow you to choose your test dates, some do not allow that. So if you have two universities na overlapping yung test dates nila, and sa isa ka lang pwedeng mamili na kailan ka magte-test, then make sure na yung pipiliin mong test date is hindi na yung mag-overlap dun sa testing date ng isang university. Because imagine taking 2 CETs in one day. If kaya nyo yun, then wow. But personally, I don't think kakayanin ko yun. This is a question I always had while I was still preparing for my CETs. There are a lot of universities na merong, let's say, 3 testing dates. Tapos iniisip ko, I want to apply for the very first testing date kasi baka pag ang in-applyan ko is the last testing date, maubusan na ako ng slot. And that's not true. Everybody gets the same opportunity of getting accepted into the university. So now let's talk about the day before your big day, the day before the CETs. First, review your notes or re-memorize formulas, but don't stress yourself out anymore, because you need to get enough rest para sa day ng CET mo, hindi kayo inaantok. Next, you have to prepare your bag the day before your CETs. Make sure to bring a jacket. Hindi mo alam if yung testing room mo would be cold. Bring pencils with many S. Bring a lot of pencils. Sharpener, eraser. Bring a watch. Make sure to bring a watch. Super important yan. I think DLSU-D yung test na tinake ko na. Nakalimutan ko magdala ng watch. Tapos wala rin silang wall clock sa classroom. So make sure to bring a watch. Huwag niyo akong gayahin na hindi nagdala ng watch. And the most important thing to bring for your CET is your test permit. So make sure the night before pa lang nasa bag mo na yung test permit mo so you could take your college entrance test.
I promise I'll be with you as soon as I find a way up.
Pagising mo pa lang, you have to have a positive mindset. You need to have that mindset na papasa ako today. Don't bring yourself down. You need to have a positive mindset and radiate that positivity into your test results. So have a positive mindset right when you wake up. Go to the toilet. Mag-CR ka na kasi yung kaba mo, you're gonna feel like you want to do your business. So while you're home, do your business already in the CR. Next, don't forget to bring snacks and water. My tip for the snack you're gonna bring food that you would want to eat, that you're looking forward to eat, because even that little thing would motivate you in your test. For example, let me share what happened in my UPCAT. Sa UPCAT, there's no break time. Pwede kang kumain while answering the test. So what I did was, every after sections ng test, I told myself that that's the only time I could eat my snack. So yung snacks ko, yung nag-motivate sa akin tapusin yung test section. So, you know, snacks are very important in your CET. So make sure to bring yummy food.
'Cause you're farther than a kiss on the phone.
First is for test sections where there are many items but very little time. What I do here is to just mark the circle, like kahit maliit lang na mark, and then I answer everything. And then when I'm done, tas meron pang time, that's when I go back to shade the circle. Or while the proctor is saying the instructions for the next test section, that's when I go back and shade my circles. Pero guys, do not forget to go back and shade your circles. Kasi hindi yun mababasa ng machine if you just leave it with the little marks. Natapos nyo nga sagutan yung test section pero hindi naman na-count yung scores nyo. So, don't forget to go back and fully shade your circles. Next advice is for test items with difficult questions. What I do here is, sinasagutan ko muna lahat ng kaya kong sagutan, and then I write down in my scratch paper yung mga numbers na na-miss ko. But also, don't forget that when you skip an item in your test booklet, also skip an item in your answer sheet, okay? Don't forget that when you do that. And the reason why I write down the items that I haven't answered in my scratch paper, minsan nakakaduling na, di ba, pag marami nang nakashade. At least if nasulat mo na yung test items, you'd know where to look back on. When you encounter long readings, lalo na ang UPCAT, sobrang haba ng readings sa UPCAT, what I do when I encounter those long readings is I read the questions first. So when you read the questions first, you know what to look for in the essay. Answer all the items, except for tests such as the UPCAT na may right minus wrong, because you don't lose anything from guessing. But if you don't guess, you already have automatically 0% chance. So if wala kang right minus wrong, just answer everything. Guess smartly. Guess smartly. Also, be very careful in reading questions. May mga questions na nakakalito. Yung mga all of the above or none of the above.
There's things about you I'll never know.
First one is to not lose your reference number kasi you would need that for accessing your results, or if passwords naman yung kailangan. Don't forget to type that down so you won't forget your passwords, or take a picture of your reference number and send it to yourself in Messenger. My last advice is to just try to forget about it already. Don't think na, tama ba yung sinagot ko sa item number 78? Kasi yun yung ginawa ko and super na-stress ako sa 3 months na inintay ko yung result. So, if you can, then try to forget about it. But if not, then panic. Like what I did. I panicked a lot. And that's it for all my tips and advice for college entrance test. Just a little reminder, I believe in you, so you should also believe in yourself. Do your best in answering your CETs, but no matter what your results may be, just know that I am proud of you for trying and for doing your best. I know how hard it is to prepare and to study and to take CETs. So just by trying, that's already a big achievement. Good luck! Bye!